Okay, now today we're going to be doing power of powers. So this is when I'm taking something with an exponent and raising it to another exponent. So let's look at an example of this. So again, sticking with what we've done in the previous videos, let's do a 2 to the second power, and then we're going to raise that to the third power. So let's think about what it's asking us to do here. First of all, let's expand out 2 squared. 2 squared is 2 times 2, right? So I have 2 times 2 being raised to the third power. So again, when I raise something to the third power, it wants me to multiply it by itself 3 times. So it's wanting me to take 2 times 2 and multiply by itself 3 times. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So that's 3 2 times 2's. So if I count up all my 2's now, I have 6. So 2 to the second raised to the third power is the same as saying 2 to the sixth power. So again, if we look at our shortcut, all I really did was I multiplied those exponents. I took that 2, multiplied it by 3. Okay? So let's look at an example. Now let's say I have 4 to the fifth being raised to the second power. Okay, so I just take the outside exponent, multiply it to the exponent inside, and I would get 4 to the 10th power. Okay, that's all you're doing there when you are multiplying or raising a power to a power. You're just multiplying the exponents. So let's do some examples of that here. So, I can get to the right page. Here we go. Let's start by doing number 1. So again, we just multiply these exponents, right? 2 times 0 is 0. So 9 to the 0 is equal to 1, and that's all I need to do. Okay? Again, just like with the other pages, we need a positive and negative exponent, unless it's the 0 power, which does not have a positive or a negative. It's the neutral number, right? Number 2, 3 to the third to the second power. 2 times 3 is 6, so I'd have 3 to the 6 as my positive exponent, and then 1 over 3 to the negative 6 as my negative exponent, and that's my 2 answers. Okay? 3 is 9 to the negative 2 times negative 3 power. So negative times a negative is a positive, right? So I would get 9 to the 6th power, and then written as a negative exponent would be 1 over 9 to the negative 6th power. And that would be your answers. Okay? 7 to the 4th to the 0 power again. Anything raised to the 0 power is just going to be 1. Okay? Let's look at, let's do number 10. So here we've got something being multiplied inside and then being raised to a power. So anytime we have something like this, we're going to simplify inside the parentheses first, then raise it to the power. So we're going to do the multiplying. 12 to the 4th times 12 to the 4th is 4 plus 4, which is 12 to the 8th being raised to the negative 2 power. Now we take the negative 2, multiply it by the 8, and we're going to get 12 to the negative 16th power. Now that's the negative exponent version. The positive, he's going to go downstairs, and it would just be written like that. Okay? 12 to the negative 16 becomes 1 over 12 to the 16. Here, we've got a power of powers, and then it's multiplying with another number. So let's look at that. So we're going to do the power of powers on this one, get it down to a single base, and then combine it with that outside one. So negative 4 times 3 is going to be 2 to the negative 12. And now we're going to multiply with the 3, so negative 12 plus 3 is going to be 2 to the negative 9. So then we move them downstairs, make them positive, and those would be my 2 answers. Okay? Let's look at some more complicated examples here. So So let's try doing one of these that is dividing. So again, raise it to the power, or simplify what's inside, then raise it to the power, and then we'll do the dividing last here. So let's figure this out. So 2, again, we're just basically following the order operations, doing what's inside the parentheses first, then exponent, and then division. So 2 times 2 to the second power, that'd be like 1 plus 2, which is 3. So 2 to the third being raised to the second power is multiplying. So I'd get 2 to the 6 over 2 to the fourth power. And then the last step is to subtract. 6 minus 4 is going to be 2. So 2 to the second power, or 1 over 2 to the negative 2. And that would be your two answers. So again, all I did here is I added the exponents. I got 2 to the third. Then I multiplied the 3 with the 2 to get 2 to the 6. And then I rewrote it here. So 2 to the 6 over 2 to the fourth. And then I subtracted. 6 minus 4 is 2. And then I moved the 2 downstairs to get the negative exponent. Okay, let's try doing another one. So again, basically just follow the order operations, PEMDAS. Parentheses first, then multiplying, then dividing, then adding, subtracting, all that kind of stuff. So let's do this parenthesis, or this would be the exponent technically first. So 3 to the negative 4 power. So we multiply those. We're going to get 2 to the third over 2 to the fourth times 2 times 2 to the negative 12. Okay, now we're going to do the multiplying. So 2 to the fourth times 2 to the 1, technically, times negative 12. So we're just going to add all these because they're multiplying. So 4 plus 1 is 5, plus negative 12 would be negative 7. So I have 2 to the third over 2 to the negative 7. And then the last step is to subtract. 3 minus a negative 7 would actually be like adding 7, right? 3 minus a negative 7 is like adding, so I would get 2 to the 10th power. And then for the negative exponent, it would be 1 over 2 to the negative 10 power. And that would be your answers. Oops. And that's pretty much all you're doing for power of powers.